Hello, madam.
And welcome back to Oh Madam.
I'm Alice.
I'm Amelia.
And today, our episode's kind of a continuation on from what we were talking about last week.
Yeah, it kind of is.
So
if
last
you
week was
caught last week,
all about feeling behind.
Yeah.
Kind of like regret, this idea of kind of like
race to live life.
Yeah,
and things
life
like
being a
that.
bit of a race.
Yeah.
The tortoise and the hare, we called it. This week is kind of building on that.
Yeah.
What are we talking about today?
So we've called it So What's Next?
Which I think is a really common question.
Yeah.
I feel like I get asked that almost weekly.
And it's kind of like how to answer those questions that your distant relatives ask and you're not really sure how to sort of answer them, but we're going to do a deeper dive.
We'll do a lovely little deep dive. We're going to
be good.
unpack it and
Yes.
we'll get right into it.
Ready?
Amazing. Let's go.
Let's go.
I feel like a good way to potentially start today's episode is to kind of like differentiate from what we were talking about last week.
Yeah.
So last week was obviously all about, you know, feelings of regret, feeling behind, and we were kind of saying obviously like everyone's on their own path, so there should be no pressure in that sense to feel like you're having to do a certain thing.
Yeah.
But I often find it's easy to kind of like feel that in yourself or be able to reassure yourself, but harder I feel like to justify that proudly when other people ask you where you're at or what you're doing, if it's not quite what you want.
Yeah.
And I feel like feelings of like rejection or failure can really play into that. Like if you got it rejected from something, how do you then proudly own that in conversation with other people?
That's a tricky one.
So I feel like that's going to be the lens that we take today. So speaking more about rejection, failure, and being proud of the here and now, and not just celebrating the achievements and the things that go right, but also everything else.
When you have something that you're like a job interview or something, when you have something that you're going for, do you tell everyone about it or do you like keep it to yourself until you know the outcome?
I think when I was first applying, I tell people more. But now I just, because for me it's mentally not a big deal applying for a job. I'm just kind of like, it's just part of it, so I'll just put an application in. So like I don't even like think it's worth mentioning, because it's the same as like if I was going to put a wash on, like it's the same kind of thing of like, oh, I'm just going to do it.
Yeah.
If I like progressed any further through, I'd be like, oh, it's really exciting, I got an interview for this job that I've applied for, then I'd bring people more on the journey, I think.
Fine, okay.
But I think if it was just like my fifth application of the week or whatever, then I'd just be like,
yeah, fair enough. No one needs to know.
I don't know. What about you?
I think, I'm always under the mindset of I won't tell anyone until I know the outcome, because I'd rather not have the pressure of people expecting a certain outcome, and I never stick to it. I'm so bad at it. I had my driving lesson a couple of weeks ago, and I was planning on telling no one that it was happening, including like my partner and my parents obviously knew, but I wasn't going to tell any of you guys and everything. And then we literally met up as like a friendship group that weekend, and I told everyone. I was like, it's on Monday and I'm really scared, but like just because I did, but in case I failed, I was like, oh, no one needs to know, because then I could just do it again and it's not a big deal.
Yes.
But why do I need to like keep it a secret? Because that's what we're trying to talk about, is like how to own the not getting, like, it's not failure, but it's like not getting the thing you want.
I feel like it's that kind of thing of like, is it that we're embarrassed to fail publicly? And it's kind of like, is it we'd rather, like, if you don't tell people, then you can kind of
haven't actually really like it's
like
so,
it didn't, maybe like
didn't
it happened,
actually
but like
happen.
it didn't happen in a way that like people would know about it. Whereas like everyone knows that I failed my driving test the first time.
Did you tell people you did tell people
I told people I was taking my test, and then I failed it, and then I had to tell them that I'd failed it.
Rubbish, or how did you do that?
I was more frustrated because I was at a point where I could have passed and should have passed, because I failed on something really silly.
Yeah,
that,
you
like,
did. I think they should have.
And I basically failed on something that I corrected myself on in the test, and then they still failed me. But like, it happens, and I, as a result, think it was such a good thing that I failed that first test, because I think I was just a bit too cocky when I did my first driving test, purely because I was like, I'm confident, I'm ready to go, and actually failing it and setting me back. I think I waited like 3 or 4 months for another test. It then meant that by the time I actually passed, I'd done that little bit more practice. I was really in the mindset, and I was at a better kind of point with it. But I feel like that's an important kind of like example of rejection being redirection, and everything happening for a reason.
Yes, that's so true.
Because like, I know, burnt toast theory we've spoken about before. And like, you never know what, if something like inconvenient happens, it could save you from something later down the line. So everything does happen for a reason.
You won't know about it, but I do think that literally I know that's such an over said saying, is that everything happens for a reason, but I genuinely think it does, because
No,
I've
I
had so
think it
many
does.
experiences where I've been like, yeah, that kind of checks out, and
100%.
I haven't gotten jobs and been really disappointed, and then got on another one
Yeah.
that's like way better and probably was going to be much better for me and things like that. So it's like, yeah, I think everything does work out for a reason.
Funny. So when Amelia and I were doing Oh Madam last year
On
the radio show, we were both kind of in job applications for various different jobs that we didn't get.
Yeah.
Like I remember you had an episode where you'd missed it because you went
to
do the interview.
Yeah.
And then I hope you don't mind me saying.
No, I didn't
but
get
like
it.
didn't get the
No.
job, and then the next week you were like, I got rejected, and we did like a
big
talk
deal
on
about
that.
I'm not going to be there because I'm at a job interview, and then I had to come back and be like, didn't get that.
No, literally. But while you were doing that, I was also in the running for a grad scheme at a production company in London, and it was kind of like, that was a really cool thing, and I think I was very much, I didn't expect to be kind of like progressing through stages, and as I progressed further and further through it,
you're like, oh,
it was very much like, it's a nice thing to be able to share with people, because regardless of whether or not I get it, like, I'm proud of the fact that I was progressing through it. Surprise, surprise, didn't get the job.
Not surprise, but you were really close.
I got close, but I didn't get it.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad I didn't get it. Not because I wouldn't have loved to do the job, but also because when I didn't get it, I then got the job that I work now.
Yeah, that's very true. It's also worth saying that it's okay to be disappointed.
It
If
is.
you didn't get a job, you don't have to be like, yeah, it's fine, no worries. Like, it's okay, I'm fine. Because you don't have to be. That's okay.
But this is the thing. And I was a bit disappointed, but I was also kind of like,
time on it and stuff, which is valid.
Yeah, I was disappointed, but actually I always have believed everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
And when I didn't get this job, I was like, okay, well, we'll see what happens with the next one.
Yeah.
And I got the job that I work now, and I am so happy in this job, and it's brought me closer with people who like I've lost contact with, and you know, I get to live at home, I get to save a bit more money, I get to like drive, like all these things that like living in London I wouldn't have been able to do. So it's been a really lovely kind of reminder in that sense that, you know, like, just keep going. If something doesn't go your way, just keep on rocking and we'll see what happens next. I just think it's it was a nice example of
that's a nice bit of advice. Going on from that, do you have, I don't know why I'm asking you. I know you have. We've written down 3 pieces of advice each for sort of when things, how to own it when things don't go as planned. Yeah. Do you want to start with yours, seeing as that was a nice little piece of advice?
So the first one, well, I feel like this probably links on quite well from what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm doing something that, you know, I don't know, like something like learning to drive, or you're progressing in like a job application stage, or I don't know, maybe you're going for an award or something, or like I remember when like we were doing like scholarship applications at school, like when you're like really going for something and there's a good chance that you might not get it. Something that I always do that really helps me is I write down 3 reasons why I do want something, and 3 reasons why I don't want something while I'm applying for it, because that way if I don't get it, I've then got 3 reasons of why that maybe wouldn't have been what you wanted.
I'm gonna start doing that.
It's really helpful, because obviously, you know, you've got the 3 things of like, it'd be great because it'd be cool for this and cool for this, but actually being able to look at something, because when like a rejection stings and you're just kind of like, you're like, oh, that sucks.
Yeah,
like
really
objectively that sucks.
Yeah.
But then you can look at it and go, hang on, there are actually 3 incredibly valid reasons why maybe that wasn't the right move for me at this point in my life.
It kind of rewires your brain to be a little bit more realistic and not so like
100%.
bogged down in the negative of like, because obviously you're gonna get that email, that call, that whatever, someone telling you that it hasn't totally gone how you'd hoped, and you're allowed to be like, crushed in the moment, but then you can sort of rewire your thinking a little bit with that list. That's nice. I like that.
Do you have a piece of rejection advice or how to own it?
Yeah, it's something that I'm literally working on doing, and it's don't belittle yourself into thinking you didn't try hard enough or that it was all your fault that you didn't get it. Sometimes circumstances are completely out of your control. Think about like auditions and stuff for if you're going into like theatre or film or something. You can get callback, and then not get it, and it can be because of your eye colour, and it's something you literally cannot help or change.
Alternatively, it could be in something like a theatrical or film context because of the person you're playing opposite.
Yeah, they could be like
maybe
taller than you and you needed to be taller than them, something like that. Or
but
like,
maybe they're already cast and that's a factor that now cannot change.
Exactly.
So it is out of your control.
Exactly. So not everything is within your control, so don't then go away and be like, oh, I could have tried a little bit harder and da-da-da-da. It's like, no, if you gave it your best shot, you gave it your best shot. That's all you can do.
100%.
Don't like belittle yourself into thinking, oh, there's a reason I didn't get it, and it's probably because I was not like good in the interview. Da-da-da-da. Equally, obviously, if you come away and you're like, I didn't really try hard enough, then I don't know.
No, that's a really good
one. You can
one.
learn from it. But yeah, don't belittle yourself.
No, I like that a lot. I think that's important because I feel like it's easy to kind of take rejection personally.
Yeah.
And I mean, for me, literally, this is such weird timing. We were sat here like a couple of hours ago.
Yeah.
I literally opened my email and went, guys, I got rejected from a job.
Oh my God.
Like, it just happens. It really does. And that kind of links on to my next one of talk about it.
Yeah, I like that.
I know we've said, like, you know, sometimes it's nice to keep stuff to yourself.
Yeah.
But if you talk about your rejection, then you realise you're not alone. You realise it's so common.
Yeah.
Because I promise you, everyone left, right and centre who's applying for stuff is getting rejected.
Yeah.
I've applied for so many
People
jobs.
probably just aren't talking about it.
I think I've had about 3 rejection emails because most of them don't even reply back. So if anything, it's quite nice now. I'm kind of like, yes, I've got a rejection email.
It's like, oh, at least I've been told.
It's more kind of like, at least I've been told. At least it's been seen by someone. At least it's not just gone into the abyss.
You know it's been acknowledged.
So I know that all the hard work I'm putting into applications,
exactly.
it is happening, whether or not it's... So guys, I did get rejected about an hour ago, but that's okay. That's okay.
Fine. You're talking about it.
Exactly, and I've said talk about it because I watched a really good video from do you know Unjaded Jade on YouTube?
Yeah.
And Instagram. So she did a really, really good video about a month ago, I want to say, where she was kind of talking about things that she's learned, I think, in like her 26 years on Earth or something. And she made a really good point about how the one thing that shame hates is exposure. Because if you talk, then shame literally cannot deal with that. Because shame is something that you like to hide away and you keep it in. But if you start talking about it and if you start exposing it, then it's something that it kind of like struggles to deal with. So the one thing to beat shame is to talk. Just keep talking. And then it's not shameful anymore.
That links
because
so
everyone's
well.
the same.
Yeah.
Is that a good link?
It is a good link.
Because
mine, it's very similar. It's don't be embarrassed to tell people something didn't go your way. People will take what you give them as truth. So if you approach things negatively, they'll attribute that. If you go in and be like, I didn't get it and I hate myself because of it, they're going to be like, oh, okay. And they're going to feed off of that. And it's just going to be a negative experience. Whereas you go in telling people with a positive or even like humorous outlook on things, it's so much better.
I completely agree with that. That's a really good one.
That's quite simple, but yes, it feeds quite nicely.
Have you got one more? Or have you got a few more?
Oh, I've just put it's okay to be disappointed.
Oh, stunning! Because I've got 2 more, but I can cut them down.
We could do one more.
One more.
Yeah,
one more. Okay. My one more is try and get excited. I know like rejection's the weird thing to try and get excited about, but if you can kind of get excited about it, then it's kind of like that excitement that this rejection is going to help redirect you down the right path. Yeah. So actually, even if it doesn't feel like it, even if it sucks, actually you could have just like dodged the biggest bullet of your life and you would have never known about it. So maybe try and get excited about the fact that one day when you do land where you want to be,
you can look back and go,
you can be, oh my God, thank God I didn't, and thank God I didn't get that job because then I would have never gotten this one. Exactly. Or I know we're speaking in a lot of like career sense, but that could stretch to anything. It could stretch to like dating even. Yes, like, thank goodness I didn't date you. Because I met you as a result. Or like whatever it is. Yeah. Like I feel like there's so many contexts in which it can kind of be read.
I think so.
But
that's lovely.
Did you have any other ones?
I like that.
What was your one that you just read?
Really last one. It was it's okay to be disappointed. Yes. Own it, don't ignore it. Yeah. I've already said it. It's been like when that rejection email comes through or call or whatever, you just be like, okay, it's okay to be disappointed. It shows that you care.
And validate that within yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
But be proud of the fact that you tried. You tried. Yeah. Because putting yourself in the space is half the battle, I think. Exactly. Oh, good advice, Pigs. Oh my. Right. It's very warm in this room, so I think let's have a quick water break. Yes. And then we can we'll turn the heater off. Yep. Have some water and then we'll come back.
So our second segment of this episode is how to answer those tricky questions. I mentioned this at the beginning. How to answer the tricky questions that your distant relatives may ask. Like, you know, when you have a family reunion or a gathering and they're like, so how are you making money and stuff like when you're giving me grandchildren, stuff like that. You're like, ah! And sometimes when you want to redirect or you just want to answer it in like the vaguest way possible if you don't have a solid answer or an answer that you think is going to make them happy, then we've got I think about 5 questions that we can work our way through.
And we'll just kind of like debunk them and kind of like how
we
you
pick
could...
like the most common questions I think that people ask.
Kind of like ways in which you can kind of like own it, but also like not be too...
Give a solid answer, but
not be too in depth if you don't want
to.
I feel this could also be applied for... So I also work at a cafe. I'm a 2-job girlie. And I get a lot of this from customers.
Yeah.
Like I'll give someone a coffee and they're like, so what do you do?
What do you want to do? What do you really want to do?
Where are you going? And I'm kind of like, I don't know. Or even with just like colleagues and stuff.
It's all good when you're at a job and they're like, so what do you want to do next? I'm like, am I supposed to be talking about this while I have a normal job that I'm doing right now that I'm not supposed to be like wishing away? But yes.
No, so that's kind of,
so we'll start debunking. Through them.
Shall I read out that first one, please?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first question is the classic. So, what are you doing for work?
Yeah.
How... I guess...
I mean, it's...
How would you like...
now we're both employed.
Yes.
To be fair. Because you can say... But I always think... Because then they go, oh, then what did you study at uni? And then I say I work in a vet and they go, oh, did you do... Did you do science? And I'm like, I did theatre. And they're like, oh.
That's so funny.
Well, what do you want to do then? Because that's the next one. It's like, how are you going to make that work?
How are you going to make that work for you?
For long term, is that a long term plan? First of all, you don't owe anybody any. Like, if you don't have it figured out yourself, then how are you supposed to answer? It's a tricky one, isn't it?
Exactly. But also, I think it completely doesn't leave room for the fact that like stuff changes. People's like direction changes. It's kind of like, sure, I did a theatre degree that I picked when I was 16. Like, I don't want to work in theatre at 22.
No,
but like that's fine. Yeah. It's fine to kind of come to that realization. I don't want to work professionally in theatre. I'd love to work more in like some form of digital creative media. And it's kind of like ways of kind of working around that. I feel like I often get asked, like, you know, what do you want to do? Like, you're obviously here now, but like, what
are you planning on doing?
And so I kind of like give my answer of what I'm kind of like interested in, and then it's that classic, how do you make that work? How are you going to get there? How are you? Like, how would you break into that? How are you going to make that like financially viable or whatever?
Which is, it links back to our last episode, Tortoise and the Hare. It's like wishing that time away. It's like, you need to be thinking about it now. It's like, no, hang on. I'm in a job that I'm in at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm focusing on this one. I'm not focusing on anything else quite yet. That's how I answer it. I always go like, oh, I'm quite stable, like at the moment. I'm good for now, sort of thing. But I have time.
I always just say I'm really enjoying, you know, learning new skills.
Yeah.
And
meeting
just
new people.
Kind of like meeting new people, learning new skills, taking it as it comes. Like, I'm really happy where I am. When the time comes to look for something else, like I'm looking along the lines of X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
But also, like, right now I'm just kind of in the here and now.
Yeah.
I think it's just kind of like owning the present.
Yeah.
And being like, this is what I'm doing now. And if you're proud of it, then people are less likely to judge you for it.
Definitely.
I find. Like, I always find if I am like, oh, well, I'm doing this.
Well, it goes back to what I said about, like, if you approach things with a negative, if you talk
100%.
about yourself negatively, people then, like, think about you
Absolutely.
like that.
Whereas if you frame what you're doing and in whatever context, whether that's work, whether that's, you know, lifestyle, whatever it is, your living situation.
If you big it up, you make it sound, if you're proud of it, then it will come across like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's that weird like toss up. Should we flip onto another one? This is slightly different. This is like a classic.
Yeah.
So, are you dating anyone? Who are you dating? You thinking about getting married? Like all these kind of like classic ones. It's just kind of like, I don't want to talk about that with you. Thank you very much. It's like a tricky
It's tricky if you're not and everything like that, because you're like, oh, you could just say, oh, I'm really focusing on work right now, or I'm not thinking about, I don't know, it's quite a tricky, I think that's one of the trickiest ones to
As the resident single madam, I will say, I always say, when people kind of ask me this, I'm kind of like, right, guys, the time is not here right now. And like, you just kind of, you crack on.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like, it would be lovely as and when.
Yeah.
But also,
but that's not my
I
self-focus.
haven't found that kind of person yet.
No.
Like, there's not someone like that in my life right now. No. And it's just kind of like,
if they come along, they come along, but they haven't yet. That's it.
Yeah. I'm also very, good at being on my own.
You are so
I
good
really
at being
like it. And that's not me saying I wouldn't want to be with anyone. It's more me saying,
you're happy how you are right now.
As I function right now, I don't feel like I need another person. And because I'm very busy and like mentally quite driven, I'm like, I cannot wait for the day when that happens. But that kind of person's going to I hope it'll be more of like an addition than something that will take away.
You had a saying in the second or third year that's I've always remembered. It's like you're on your own track on like a train or something. Someone else needs to come along and board the train and go with you rather than like derail, or you need to like 100%. Slow down or something like that. They need to join you on that journey.
Well, because I'd want to be with someone who's going to, you know, grow with me and grow through this period of life with me, and we're kind of like looking out for each other and supporting each other. I don't want it to be like a thing where it feels like a chore to be with each other, and I'd rather stay on my own and wait for the right kind of person and just kind of like crack on, and like I'm perfectly fulfilled in my life as it is, and I feel like I feel
like if you said that to someone, they'd be like, okay,
but I feel no, exactly. But I feel like there's a lot of assumption that being single is a bad thing.
Yeah, I know.
And if you're in a relationship, that means you're automatically better. And it's kind of like, it's great if you're in a relationship. That's fantastic.
That's fantastic. But like, also you're incredibly happy how you are, and you have such a gorgeous family and friend network and things like that. That you're
that's the thing.
Pretty
and it's not
solid.
Like I'm renouncing relationships. It's not that at all. It's more just kind of like I'm comfy where I am.
Yeah.
As and when that changes, that'll be really exciting to explore. But I think it's just being proud of kind of like, this is it right now.
Yeah.
And just kind of like rocking with that. And also you don't owe that information to anyone.
No.
Like if people ask you if you're dating someone, whether you are or whether you aren't,
just say I have an imaginary boyfriend. Thank you very much for standing right next to me.
But like whatever it is, like you don't owe it.
No.
So like share it if you want to, but you also
don't have
to at all.
The next question kind of links. It's so you're having children, right? Like, don't wait too long.
It's the assumption.
We're so young. I don't want kids. Yeah. Also, I love the whole like I don't think anyone could argue with you saying I'm not financially stable enough to have children. I want to bring them up properly if I'm going to have kids. No one can argue with you going like I have no money to raise a kid,
let alone someone else right now. So it's
we're not even like in our own houses or anything. Like no one can argue with the fact that like you don't have a place to bring up the child, so why would you have a child?
Not a very nice world at the moment to be.
I was gonna say, I was gonna touch on
not
that.
to be like really like pessimistic,
Debbie Downer.
But and I do want kids, and I know you want kids.
Definitely.
Like the two of us are very much people who would love to have kids one day. But also, it's one of those kind of things that like it would be lovely, but you know, like climate change and the world. I'm just kind of like. I mean, I wrote my dissertation on whether or not you should have.
You did,
in the climate crisis.
Certain presidents need to go first.
Yeah, I feel like there's just this kind of assumption that, you know, okay, well, you're going to be doing this, so therefore, when are you going to be doing this? And you can't wait too long. It's just kind of like, this can happen at any point in your life. Like, I'm also someone who's very interested in, like, adoption and stuff.
Yeah.
And that, again, can happen at any point in your life.
My aunt had a child at 40.
Yeah.
Absolutely fine.
Yeah.
She's thriving.
Exactly.
He's super cute.
Oh, he's so cute.
He's so cute.
Well, this is the thing.
That's fine. I think there's kind of like assumption you need to do it now, or you need to when you're young. But I know that you want to travel and stuff like that. I
got
want to travel.
stuff to do.
You can't do that with a baby.
I got stuff to do.
That wouldn't be fair on you or the baby.
Yeah.
You have to think about yourself first because you're the one that's here right now.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Fill your own cup.
Fill your own cup first.
Not the sippy cup.
I feel like our next one is so when are you buying a house?
Yeah.
That's a big one at the moment. Or
That's
like when are you moving out? When are you doing this? Are you saving enough money? Have you got your mortgage like saving plan sorted?
Are you like saving money? Are you putting money away for a deposit on a house? Are you sure? I actually have been.
So have I, but
not the point.
But I feel like it is it's like a kind of, for me, I think out of all of them that we've read so far, it's the one that I'm like most presently aware of.
Yeah, I was going to say this is the trickiest one, I think, because
I have a little bit of control over.
Yeah, and I do really want to do that fairly soon. That's not like the kids thing. I do actually want to move out, like when I'm able to. I'd like to make the move because we already moved out to uni, and I know it's not the same as buying your own house, but like it's living independently, isn't it? It's having that independence and learning how to do that by yourself. And I don't want to regress too much, but it's tricky when people because. Financially, it's really tricky to buy a house in 100%. This place, and we're on our first jobs.
It's also, I think, the fault of the housing market at the moment is it's not designed for people to buy solo.
No,
and I've said this to a lot of people before. Like, I think
live with friends or partners or something,
but it's not the norm to buy a house with a friend.
No,
and therefore, I think so many people are getting really knotted into buying property or renting property with partners earlier than they probably should, because the number of times like I hear people in their like late 20s, early 30s, 40s being like, live with your friends for as long as you physically can, because relationships swing, and like it would be great if it works, but if it doesn't, it just gives you like a little bit of a fail safe.
Yeah.
And so it's hard because you're not in a position solo for a long time to be able to even think about buying a house. So it's a hard question when you get asked it. It's kind of like, I'm trying to do all the right things.
I'd love
all
that.
the factors,
if you want to buy me a house, great.
Literally, all the factors are just kind of going against
stacked
me.
against. Yeah.
So it's just kind of like having that balance. It's a really hard question.
It is.
Oh my.
Just say I'm working on it.
Yeah, literally.
I've got a Lysa.
It's a work in progress.
Do you have Lysa?
Yeah, we had this conversation a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Guys, get on your money box. Lifetime Lysas. Yeah. How exciting. Right, final question.
Yeah.
Do you want to read it?
It's the title of the episode. It's So, what's next?
The age-old question. And whenever anyone asks me that,
broad.
I always say, I'm like, oh, what a good question. I'm like, I don't know.
It kind of encapsulates all of the questions that we've gone through, doesn't it? It's just...
I'm going to ask you, and just give me your answer. Pretend I'm a distant relative / customer / stranger / someone you don't know very well. Amelia.
So what's next? Oh. It's a good question. I'm very happy where I am. I'm very happy living at home. I love living with my family. I'd probably just name all the things that I'm very grateful for and then go, well, what's next is whatever comes my way, because I feel like I don't have anything particularly planned yet because I'm happy where I am right now.
And that is
I think things like come and they hit you in the face and you go, oh, I could go here.
Yeah.
So whatever's next is whatever's going to
100%.
come at me.
100%.
What if I asked you whatever's so what's next?
I always say, firstly, great question. And then I say, I'm just kind of taking it as it comes right now. I'm enjoying the here and now. I'm working a couple of different jobs. I'm trying to save money. I'm just enjoying being back with my family and getting to spend quality time with them after uni, and spending time with my sister, which I didn't have as much when I was at uni.
Childbirth.
Again, it's that kind of like focusing on the positives and trying to be proud of the present. I'll say, I've got aspirations to transition into, some form of creative media. And I'm running like my own projects on the side, and I'll mention stuff like the podcast
this one day and
it's just kind of like, and I'm doing this and that's really fun, but it's also kind of like, I just remember that I'm 22 and I'm just kind of like rolling with it and we'll just see where it goes.
Things we're doing stuff like this where it's like creative and things, which is a really nice thing to mention to people when they ask, because I'm like, I'm doing this job but also keeping the creative in. I'm doing a podcast with my friend.
I think the main kind of like final thing to take away from this is just try and be proud, even if you're not. Just try and be proud, and also realize you're not nearly as far behind.
No,
there's nothing to be embarrassed about. Just own it, because everyone else is in the same position.
So what's next doesn't need to be the next 10 years. It could be, so what are you doing tomorrow? It
could just be
going to work,
tiny little thing, and that's fine.
I
hope that's been of some comfort to somebody.
I know.
Someone
I hope it feels like quite skimmed, but hopefully it delved a little deeper. Yes, right.
Final segment, madams. Right, grab yourself a drink and we will be back very shortly.
It's my favourite bit.
It's
that time. You're probably very familiar by now. It's time for a sip, a song, and a show.
Oh, fantastic.
Our lovely 6 recommendations. Actually,
we've got
5
recommendations. Today, we're joined on our
sip, which is
wine.
I feel like we've literally were planning it and we were like, right, what sip should we do when people are asking questions? And it's just so wine.
It's like wine.
Have a glass of wine. Have a wine. Have a red, have a white.
What's your go-to wine?
Jam Shed.
We love a Jam Shed red.
I love a Jam Shed red.
We really do.
It's delish.
It's a really, really nice one.
I used to hate red wine, and now during the winter I was like, oh, I'm really into
it's
red.
Harry's fault. He got us onto it in 3rd year, because we just like have it in the kitchen. We're like,
just
bit in a bolognese, bit in a chili. It's like, just have a glass on the side.
Just have a glass.
But it was really nice.
Yeah, it was
Do you
lovely.
like white or a rosé?
I do. I love a rosé. I prefer.
You.
It goes like red, rosé, white.
See, rosé is my least favourite out of all of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't like a rosé.
I don't dislike a rosé. I just prefer.
I feel like it's very summery.
Yes, I think I just would have too much rosé at uni, like before like a night out. So just kind of like PTSD.
The £4 like rosé.
Literally. What's your song of the week?
My song is "Driving License" by Olivia Rodrigo, because I feel like that's a question that people were asking for about 5 years. As soon as I turned 17, it was, when are you getting your job? When are you going to learn to drive? When are you getting a car? Are you going to pass? Which is fair enough because I didn't learn to drive for 5 years.
It's the fact, though, that you passed and bought a car in the space of,
in
like...
a
week. Which is crazy.
Passed on Monday, bought a car on Saturday.
You should be so proud of yourself.
It's great.
You've nailed that, Pooch.
But yes,
you really have.
That's my song. Because now I can listen to it.
Have
and be
you
like,
listened to it?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
That was my first
one
song.
on my DJ on the way here yesterday, and I was like,
That's so sweet.
What's yours?
Mine is I Do and I Don't Care by Self-Esteem.
I love Self-Esteem.
Which, Self-Esteem is a fantastic artist, but I love the song because it's kind of like... all the different things which, you know, I think it's about pressure and like all the different like questions that people have and like, you know, make sure you do this, make sure you do that with that. But it's kind of like, I do care, but I don't care. And it's like it's quite like an out of body experience song. Like it's like quite chorally in times. It's like a huge, like thick vocal ensemble. Yeah. But yeah, great song. If you've never heard of any music by Self-Esteem, give it a listen.
It's really good.
But this
it was in Prima Facie, if anyone's seen that play. Yeah. They did all the music for it. It was amazing.
So good. What's your show? Your show of the week?
Show is Modern Family, and it's a TV. It's very comforting, and it's just like they start as really little kids, and then they grow up, and they like up until the point where they get like married and have kids of their own, and it's just Hayley does. But it's just all through the years, so they get asked it constantly and relate to Hayley a lot because all she's ever asked is like, "What are you gonna do with your life?" and she's like, "I don't know."
No, exactly.
But yeah, that's a very comforting show. I'm hard pressed to find anyone who hasn't seen it. But if
I
you
hadn't, but then Amelia got me onto it.
But it's very funny.
And we've watched a fair bit together. It's so good.
Yours?
Mine's very similar vibe. Mine's Friends, classic. Friends. I just love how it shows 6 very different people, all at similar kind of ages, but going through life very differently, different paces. Yeah. Like some of them have jobs they love, some of them have jobs they hate. Yeah. Like they're all going through like the ups and downs. Everyone's on different paths, but also experiencing the same kind of thing.
How old are they all supposed to be?
I think it starts when they're 24, 25.
So I liked what do you remember you saying like
you're in your first season of Friends
at 25. Like we haven't even got there yet.
Exactly.
So
it's
much
so
time.
Lovely. And when you actually watch the show, like they're not buying houses and getting married until like the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th season.
Yeah, and that's fake. And that's like a TV show.
But like it doesn't feel right for them to be you know, like getting these like final marriages and buying properties. It doesn't feel right in the earlier seasons, so therefore it really feels you grow very attached to the characters, and it's like I think it's a nice reminder of if you feel like you're behind, it's like, which season of Friends am I in? Okay, all is fine.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like that's a nice way to end today's episode.
Yes. Hope you enjoyed.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed, madam. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you have a lovely weekend.
Yes.
And we will see you
next Friday.
Next Friday, as per.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for listening, madam.
Love
you.
We love you.
I can always see that.
I appreciate honesty.
I can always see. Oh, bollocks to that. Let's turn up the light of it.
7 down.
One more.